Boom, what's going on? It's your boy David from TrueBlastMixing.com, and I am here to teach you how to become a better at-home mixing and mastering engineer. So thank you for watching. If you're interested in these videos and like this video, click the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so that you can get every video that's coming out every week. And also, please watch all the way to the end, because if you don't, while you're mixing or mastering, the information that you could have gotten here right now at this moment won't make sense in the future, or with the other videos. You're going to be lost, you're going to be confused, now you're going to have to go back, etc. So what you could have done right now is definitely going to help you later on in the future. So make sure you watch all the way to the end, all right? So with that being said, let's get right into it. All right, let's get right into it. So these video series are going to be called S.E.Q, as in simple, easy, and quick. These videos are going to be tutorials about mixing and mastering music. And my goal is for you is to understand every single aspect of the mixing and mastering phase, if you will. So that way you're no longer in the dark, you know exactly what you're doing, and you get awesome, clear sounding mixes every single time. But before we actually get into the actual mixing or the mastering, we have to start from the beginning, which is the fundamentals. You cannot start a mix, whether at home or professionally, if you do not have this down. Why? Because once you actually get to the mixing or the mixing process, you're going to hit dead ends, you're going to get confused, and you're going to get really frustrated because you decided to not watch or skip forward on the fundamentals. So, with that being said, let's get started. So our first lesson is going to be on polarity, not to be confused with phase. I don't know why, but the music industry decided to set the term flip the phase when in reality you're not even flipping any kind of phase. What you're doing is, when you're saying flipping the phase, you're actually flipping the polarity. So what's the difference between phase and polarity? Watch the video on phase so you know exactly what it is and you no longer confuse them both. But you might be wondering, how does this happen? Polarity happens when you get the reversal of a microphone signal or input while you're recording, or it's either a positive or negative state relative to the original waveform that you are recording. So pay attention to what's coming out of your monitor so later on while you're mixing, you can easily tell and then fix the polarity issues. When you're starting a new mix and some of the instruments don't sound right or they sound flat, it's probably because the polarity is flipped. So before you start putting any plugins, start mixing, checking levels or anything like that, make sure that you check every single instrument's polarity. That is step number one, or quote unquote, checking the phase. And how do you do that? Two rules. Number one, listen. And number two, look. So what we have right here is a simple kick. If you were to be recording this with one microphone, this is what it would look like and this is what it would sound like. And if you had two microphones, it would look like this. But the difference would be that one microphone would have one characteristic and the other microphone would have another one. But when the microphones are out of phase or out of polarity, sometimes the signal can sound flat, or you can hear the phase issue coming through your monitors or your headphones. So let's take a listen. Notice that the audio is dull, flat, there's no punch, there's no characteristic. There's nothing to this audio that is actually good when it's out of phase. So how do you fix it? Easy. Flip the phase. Almost every single plugin has the phase button on it. I don't think I've ever seen one that doesn't. So if you guys find one that doesn't have one, that's like really weird, but it's this little circle with a line in between it. Click that on either microphone, it doesn't matter which, and your signal will return to being back into phase and sound great, awesome, and you can go on. But only do it on one microphone though, not on both, because then they'll be out of phase again. And the second thing you can do is zoom in on the waveform and see if they're inverted or not. Because sometimes it's pretty difficult to tell if they're actually out of phase or out of polarity. So all you have to do is zoom in after listening to your monitors or headphones, see if the actual waveforms are inverted, and then just flip the phase on the switch. And that's pretty much it. So now you know what polarity is. Now what I want you to do is a quick little exercise. In the comment section below, I want you to write down what polarity is and the 2 ways you can check it. Why? Because it is scientifically proven that if you write something down while you're learning it, you have a greater chance of remembering that information by 50%. That's a lot. So do it right now. Write it down, what polarity is and how to check it. And also, if you know any other ways of checking polarity, write it down as well. That's just only going to help you guys out even further. So if you like these videos, please subscribe and like the videos because it definitely helps me out since I'm new. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys later in the next one. True Blast out.